Hello and welcome to the Nerdy Podcast. I am here with Murray, Id,
Poodles!
and my name's Helma, and I'll be hosting it for some bizarre reason. Everybody died. That's what happened. Everybody actually died, and we're the ones that left. It's like that thing in Avengers.
You're the only charter member left.
Yeah.
Send help and food.
So we had an interesting announcement about who's playing The Witcher, or Geralt in The Witcher, for the new forthcoming Netflix a catastrophe. I'm calling it a catastrophe now.
Are we calling it?
I don't know.
I'm
maybe.
withholding judgment until at least I see someone in costume. I'm not going to judge it.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like
That's gonna sound
what
so
it
bad.
is going to sound. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to withhold judgment until I see someone in costume. Like, there's been so many times actors have been cast and people go, "What the fuck? Why did?" Robert Downey Jr. when he got cast as Tony Stark in Iron Man, people were saying it's going to be a fucking train wreck.
Really?
Yes. Before
Yeah,
the movie came out,
I do remember.
they were saying it was going to be a fucking train wreck because he's a drug-addled fuck.
Yeah, I remember people whinging that they got like a washed up has-been, which is what he was considered as back in 2008. Like.
But didn't
And-
Quentin Tarantino show us that washed up has-beens are great because they're still good actors?
I guess.
Are you implying that Henry Cavill isn't a good actor?
I don't know, but he just does not strike me as someone who could play The Witcher. Not The Witcher. Stop saying The Witcher, Paul. He is The Witcher. He is a Witcher.
He's a Witcher.
He's a Witcher, and he's The Witcher. So he's the Witcher of this thing. So he is The Witcher.
Yeah, just like when you call him Zelda. You just keep calling him Zelda. Just keep calling him The Witcher.
Or Frankenstein. Oh my God, Frankenstein's coming for me. Well, that's okay because he's a doctor.
Oh,
No.
To be fair, I'm mostly just calling him Daddy.
Yeah.
We could do a whole podcast on that actually.
Yeah.
The one thing I think Gus said it, that he's been angling to play that character for ages. Although,
Well, that's a good start. I
Like
mean,
that-
in his head, he's been or making coffee. He might have been thinking about it. He didn't just go, "I'll take it." What
Yeah.
is it? Some dumb video
Or
game
if someone
bullshit.
genuinely cares about a character.
So yeah,
I-
that's got to go for.
I would always rather an actor actively hunting a role rather than someone going, yeah, he's like big and buff and we can put a beard on him, ask him.
Yeah.
Where the guy's gone, no, I actually like with Ryan Reynolds in Deadpool, for example. Just as an example, where he's like, no, I want to do this character because I know I can do it properly.
Yeah.
He fought for that movie and that role for almost 10 years
Yeah.
before it got made.
So that's the only reason I think it won't be an absolute disaster
He
is
doesn't-
because it sounds like the guy, if he's motivated to do it because he wants to do it, then it might end up being better than people expect. But I agree with you. He doesn't look. He's not haggard enough.
Yeah, I mean, sure they can do stuff with makeup. Like they could definitely do stuff with CGI. This is a joke at your expense, Henry Cavill.
Don't mention the war.
Yeah, I mean, there's wanting to, and then there's a lot of people want things. Marilyn
Actually being able
Manson
to.
wanted to play Willy Wonka. I don't think I would have watched that.
Wow.
Didn't he want to play the Riddler as well?
Probably no, he was riddled. That's what it was.
Yeah.
His
Jesus.
whole dick and arse was riddled. So yeah, he could have played that. I don't know. It's really hard. It's really early days. I'm saying I don't like the idea. It didn't fill me with confidence straight away. But that doesn't mean. Sometimes, I swear to God, lads, this is incredible. But sometimes I'm not right about things.
I hear.
I know. It's fucked up.
To be fair,
Real shit on the Nerdy Podcast.
I know.
he did ban Rob Lee back in the day in Drivers.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story after the podcast.
Who the fuck is that?
I'll tell you after the podcast.
Great. That's not even not here talking about. But I ban a lot of people.
But have they mentioned any more casting,
I don't think so. No.
or is it just him?
Yeah. Al was mentioning some. I don't think Al's heart was in his suggestions today.
No.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Al, which you're not
No.
going to be, he wanted
Was it Nikolai Costa or Waldo or whatever?
the girl Jon
Plays
Snow's.
Ygritte.
Oh,
Ygritte.
oh no.
Ygritte,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it. Ygritte for Tris Marigold.
I see.
I want people to know that Al said that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were saying they wanted Jamie Lannister for.
Yeah, I mean, it would be almost too obvious.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
also, he might not want to be typecast.
And he's probably too big.
Because Geralt was accused of being a Kingslayer in The Witcher 2.
Like,
So he was called that for a
like,
lot
I'll admit
of
it now. I played a bit of The Witcher 2, but like maybe 2 hours of it. Haven't played three of the first one.
They're great.
But from the advertisements for the game and from the little bit I played, I thought he was reasonably big guy. Or do you think Jamie's not big enough, or is he just?
No, I mean as in the actor.
Yeah.
The role is too big for the actor.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I thought Henry Cavill might be slightly too big for this role himself. Do you think? I don't know.
But
I
if
think
he really loves the role,
Yeah, so-
he'll step
if
down
those
to it.
if those DC movies were as popular as the Marvel movies were, I'd say he would be. But the fact that they've all been the shits,
True.
they've all been the drizzling shits, I'd say.
I can't tell if he's a good actor or not.
I
Yeah.
think he is.
Didn't someone say he hasn't like? A lot of people's history with him as an actor has been from like Zack Snyder movies.
Yeah.
So nobody knows what he's like.
What's the
except-
Man from U.N.C.L.E.? Who made that?
I was about to say Marvel. I don't know.
He
who
was in that,
directed it.
wasn't he?
I think he was quite good in it as well. Like he played that character very well.
I'll give it a watch tonight, and I might fill you with a little bit more. I'm not going to watch tonight. Definitely not going to watch it tonight.
I think
There is no
Arnie
watch
Hammer
it.
is better in that movie. As the
Yeah.
Russian.
So because I think you're the one that's played. You're certainly the one that's played the most at this table, and
Yeah.
maybe the most out of the regular crew. Who would your like the main 3 to 5 characters? Who would you want?
Dolph Lundgren
Who would you want
as The Witcher.
Who would you want to play the characters, and who do you think is reasonable? Because obviously there's probably some fucking superstar that could play them that would never take the role.
Well, that's kind of what happened. The big superstar did come in, and they probably went, "Oh shit, he wants to do this. Let him take it."
Yeah.
I don't think it's that. I still don't think it's a good fucking choice. But I mean, they've already got the internet talking about this show, so it's
Yeah.
just amazing advertising.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd stick Dolph Lundgren as Geralt. Not even as a joke. I fucking straight up would.
The AIDS kind of fits.
The AIDS fits.
Age.
I was like, has he got AIDS?
he
Also,
AIDS?
I know Geralt does. He's got mutagen AIDS. I didn't know Dolph Lundgren.
The age fits.
I don't know. I think it's good for him to have that voice. The voice is really important to me. Other people were today telling me, I don't give a fucking shit about the voice. Doesn't Geralt speak with an American accent? No. He speaks with a European accent speaking American for a game, which is a specifically great voice.
Yeah, the character, like, again, having not played a bunch of the games, it sounds like I just feel like if you don't get the voice right for that character,
That's
it's
a really,
just-
really important voice, yeah.
It's just shite. Like, you look at him and go, I know what that cunt is going to sound like. And
Yeah.
if it's anything off, you're like, oh no, you can't take him seriously.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind so much the accent, but he has to grumble and be like almost bored of the sentence before
Yeah.
he even starts it. Doesn't want to really even speak.
Yeah.
So aim for Batman Dark Knight, but not that bad,
Yeah.
where you can't understand what he's saying. I don't know who I'd put. I'd have to have a long think about it. So
Yeah.
in essence, I've given out about something
Marky
without giving
Marcus.
any.
Without giving any thought to an alternate.
Yeah, so I've given nothing and
You
just
just
taken.
want a good moan.
Yeah, well, I do love
Nothing
moaning.
wrong with a good
That's the reason I was invited onto this podcast in the first place. It's like,
Because you're a moany
and I
cunt.
was like, I don't know shit about anything. Why are you asking
No,
me
it's
for
good.
this?
Gus is a fierce moany cunt.
Gus, you hear that? He won't. Again, I'm not going to listen to it.
We have a theme song?
We have a team song. Other people listen to this, I
I
think.
thought that was Ken.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah.
blasting the past memes.
So,
I still have that theme song on my phone, bro.
shock horror Spider-Man doesn't look as good as the videos from E3, or does it?
It does.
Puddlegate. Like, this, again, this whole gate shit needs to stop. Like, even just in the world, but gamers love turning anything into a something gate.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's not even gamers because like that's any giant scandal just becomes gate. Like it's
Yeah, because it's really hashtaggy.
I'd agree if it started with the gaming community, but it was Watergate.
No,
Was
no,
the start
well,
of
no,
X
but
Games.
They didn't
but-
have hashtags then, but yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like quote unquote legitimate news media has stepped away from the meme, but I see it so many times in gaming communities and
Yeah.
with different games.
Yeah, it's not a
like
gate anymore.
Something gate. And
It
it's
has
like-
to be a certain
yeah.
level to be a gate.
Yeah, but it's just something minor.
Yeah.
Or in this case, something that happens with every fucking game, you stupid nerds.
Yeah.
Like-
Stupid nerds.
this is why nerds can't have nice things.
And even the thing about it is, like, because the puddles are smaller as well. But Steph linked a video, and I'm sure you can look it up. It's Thought Foundry, I think, is the name of the YouTube channel, and he's a guy that does a breakdown of
I've watched this.
a breakdown of every new release compared to like alpha footage, what they showed at E3, and what's on the disc basically. And he broke down the Spider-Man game, and the main thing he said was the reason it looks different and looks brighter is that they changed the lighting style in the engine. And it actually, like, the one comment he made was that in the demo in E3, the suit almost looks plastic or rubbery, like it's really shiny, and it doesn't look like it's what the Spider-Man suit is, which is meant to be like cloth. Where on the disc, it looks much better. The lighting is different. Like, the change in the lighting shows you that there isn't like any loss in quality or rendering or anything like that.
Yeah, things do look better in the dark sometimes.
Yeah.
But
But it sounds like it's a big hullabaloo over nothing.
Yeah.
Because, spoiler alert, a lot of the nerds complaining about this don't know what to look for. And all they see is that something looks different.
Well, they always feel like they're about to be cheated, because they have been cheated,
Yeah.
but they're always looking out for now. They're hurt and they're wounded and they're paranoid about everything.
And any change, whether it be good or bad, will be saying, "Oh, it looks really worse."
They've also got a bit of power now
Yeah.
by moaning, and you don't want to give anyone...
And this,
you don't want to give nerds power.
And this
Especially anonymous nerds.
This Spider-Man game, like, this could come out on Friday and just be an absolute unplayable piece of dog shit. It could be. But this is almost like a too good to be true type of thing.
What makes it? Insomnia or Sucker Punch?
There's no DLC.
Oh, good.
There's no
That's
DLC
good.
in the game. There's unlockable suits, so like you can get the different costumes. There's suits that come with the pre-order, like different costumes.
Yeah.
But you unlock them you can unlock them in the game if you don't pre-order. You just get them up front if you do pre-order.
Interesting.
And every suit has an ability attached to it that gives you a buff in the game if you wear it. But the buffs are completely interchangeable. So you can use the buff from the suit in the latest Avengers movie, the Iron Spider. You can use whatever ability that gives you with the basic Spider-Man suit that doesn't have any of the white on it.
Yeah, that's cool, because sometimes you just don't want to be...
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, I really like the ability on that, but it looks shite.
Yeah.
So, like, they've done...
Like those fucking purple hot pants back in Burning Crusade, wow.
Yeah, well, this helps me play the game better, but it looks shite. So you begrudgingly wear it, and you hate that you have to wear it the whole time.
I like RPGs that let you pick the skin of another.
Yeah.
I think Diablo does that.
Diablo does that.
Yeah, that's really good.
But yeah, they're doing that in Spider-Man, where you pick... Now, you have to have unlocked the suit to get the benefit of it, obviously. But once you have a suit unlocked, you can use the benefits on any of the other suits.
Sounds pretty class.
There's no paywall. Like
there might be DLC in the future.
There might be DLC in the future.
Right.
Is Insomniac known for DLC? I've never really played many of their games.
What
I
else
don't
is
think-
Insomniac involved?
Ratchet and Clank is the main.
Yeah, I can't think
And
of
it wasn't
any
a
other.
Resistance.
Sunset Overdrive as well. I
Yeah.
never played that. That was very...
That's on Xbox, so you never played it. So I don't know if it had DLC
I think
or
they
not.
make Resistance.
Yes, they do.
And they're brilliant games.
I don't
Absolutely
remember.
brilliant
Well, I
games.
never played any Resistance. I don't know if they have DLC.
So, yeah, Resistance 2 especially was just one of the best.
Got cheekily brought up there by Hammer, but Diablo coming out on Switch, I am going to play the shit out of that game.
Yeah, I mean, like, basically what the Switch is now to me is just looks like a retro handheld machine. It's just not retro, but it's all old games that I want to play again.
So the Switch is one of those consoles where every game is a Switch game. Like, someone can argue like they should put that game on Switch so I can play it on the bus.
Yeah.
Do you know? But yeah, like, I'm not going to play it on Switch because I didn't like Diablo that much. But I can see that. I can see that being a kind of game where someone's like,
What did you play it on? Like, did you play it on PC
I played it on
or when
PC.
it came out? I played the shit out of it on PC and on console. I legitimately prefer the console version significantly. I think it's
I played it on Mac
what
for a
they
while.
changed. Yeah,
And
I played
then,
on Mac.
then for whatever reason, I just don't enjoy playing games on
Computer.
computers. So I just
Yeah.
prefer sitting in front of
Like I
So I
played
finished on the...
I played on my Mac, and then I played on my PS4 when that came out, and I significantly prefer them on the console.
Yeah, well, I got to
think
play
the
with people.
The controls are a lot tighter,
Yeah, I think so.
and you can play with your mates.
Someone's ears are just born, or someone's fucking whole soul. I can feel that when I listen to it. No, it's not. No.
Yeah, you fuck off. The console version is better.
Speaking of retro games on Switch, their paid online service is launching at some point this month.
If it's Nintendo, it would be not worth it. Like, it would be great, but at least they're expensive.
It is. It's
Actually, the cheapest one.
It's Virtual Console Lite. So they're essentially going to release there's going to be a series of classic games. At the minute, it's only NES games. There's no SNES games as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like 15, 20 games, and I think they're going to be on a rotation every month. But a lot of their online play is now behind the paywall.
Do people play retro games for more than 10 minutes to get their nostalgia
I
fix?
do.
So
Really?
I
I always want it, and I play and I go, oh god,
But I have to- yeah,
and in 10 minutes I'm like,
I've got about 6 games that I'll just replay every couple of years.
the one thing I will say is that Nintendo is very good at selling people the same game
Oh,
over
yeah.
and over again.
Yeah.
better than Bethesda ever will be.
Until they can put Skyrim legitimately on a toaster.
Yeah.
Like,
Or a Texas Instruments calculator from the 80s.
The best one I've seen was, one of those keyboards that have like a screen on the top to show whatever buttons are.
Yeah.
Someone hacked it, managed to get got the first level of Doom to play on the screen on their keyboard.
Good lord.
but yeah, your man,
What a time to be
your man,
alive.
Yeah.
your man from Bethesda. I remember he said it in an interview like a month ago. Like they've just given up on being coy about it, and he just went,
Yeah.
"We'll stop porting it to every platform when people stop buying it on every platform."
Yeah, he's right. He's absolutely right.
And
It's not a moral issue. Why would he stop?
but that's what he said. He said, "Why would we stop when it sells like hotcakes every time we re-release it on something?"
Like I own Skyrim on 2 platforms.
I own it on 3.
Yeah.
PS3, PS4, and then VR.
Yeah.
Which is a platform,
I've-
arguably. Yeah, it
I've
is.
played it on 2, but I only bought it on 1.
I have it on Diablo. I have on PC and on PS4.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna buy it on Switch as well.
I'm probably going to play it again soon because it's a phenomenal game.
Yeah, it's so good.
Multiplayer, couch co-op, and multiplayer at the same
Yeah.
time, or online at the same time. I love games like that allow you to
Yeah.
sit with your friend and play 2 other friends in Vietnam
But
or wherever.
to get back to what you're saying about the retro fix with Nintendo, I saw they announced it there today. One of the games that they're putting on the first month of the Nintendo Online is Super Mario Brothers, which apparently for the month that it's going to be on it for this month, or it's the first month that it's on it, there's going to be multiplayer co-op for original Super Mario Brothers
Online.
online. You can play with someone plays as Mario, the other guy plays Luigi.
But,
And I don't know how it's going to work.
well, that'll be handy enough. We
I
just
just-
wait and see there.
I've played a few. Well, I've also played a few PC ports of Mario, just fan-made games where there are more than one people playing the level at the same time.
Oh, weird. I mean, it'd make the game remarkably easy.
You actually makes it a little harder.
Really?
Be surprised.
I don't know. Maybe.
But yeah, it'll be I think myself and Murray, we're the only 2 that have Switches out of everybody. I'll probably end up getting the online. I don't play my Switch a whole bunch at the minute, but I want to get back into playing the likes of Splatoon and stuff, and a little bit of
I heard it's
Mario
great, yeah.
and a little bit of Mario Kart Online.
Yeah.
And their online play is going to be behind
Oh,
the
they're
paywall now. They're locking their online multiplayer.
so everyone has to get it really if they
Yeah,
want to
pretty
play
much
games.
anyone playing Splatoon. And to be honest with you, Splatoon is worth it to the extra 20 quid a year or whatever it's going to be.
Is that all it is?
I think it's
20
only
20
a
quid
year.
for a year.
And
Or
do you get to stream games with that? Did you say?
yes,
Not stream games, but
it'll be like a
Actually-
select. They'll have like a rotation of NES games.
I'm
every
surprised
month.
it's only that price after what I said earlier. And you
That's what
corrected me.
Nintendo are trying to buck the trend of all this, like the equivalent of a season pass for Zelda was only 20 quid.
I know, but it was just from whenever you wanted to buy Mario, and it was still almost a tenner sometimes. No,
Yeah,
fiver was it?
Fiver. NES games were always like a fiver. SNES games were somewhere between 5 and 8 quid.
I
And then
suppose it's not
it kind of
really-
scaled up
yeah.
like that.
I think I'm more thinking as well that Nintendo games don't ever go down in price, really. So
Uh,
very, very
not
small
really.
amounts.
Very
They'll
si-
occasionally go
like-
on sale, but they'll never get a legitimate.
No, but if
drop.
you went into GameStop back a few years ago,
Yeah.
Mario Galaxy would still be
Yeah,
50 quid.
you rarely see price drops on Nintendo games the way you do on other systems. Like after 3 months, they knock 20 quid off the price. Rarely see it, unless the game is selling dog shit. even if a game is still selling well, you'll still see GameStop drop the price on it.
Yeah.
Or if it's a good selling Nintendo game, it'll be full whack the whole time.
Yeah, I suppose there would be games like Red Steel for the Wii. That was great, but it did get reduced to nothing at one stage.
The only game that I've seen that got reduced for the Switch significantly was 1-2 Switch, which was one of the. It was the bunch of mini games.
Yeah.
I was thinking of it. I was actually just talking about the games that Nintendo made themselves.
I saw Scribble Knots
So
drop massively.
the problem with that 1-2 Switch game is that's a game. If Nintendo had their shit together, that's the game that comes bundled with the system.
Right.
Because it's one of those tech demo games
Yeah.
that our hardware does a bunch of interesting shit. Here it is in a party game with like 12 different mini games.
It's the Wii Sports of the Switch.
Exactly, but it should have come bundled with the system because it's essentially a tech demo, and nobody was. And it came out. It was like 50 quid when it came out. And it's like you can buy the tech demo for 50 quid, or you could buy
Breath of the Wild.
or you could buy Zelda for 60.
Yeah.
You know, like legitimately one of the best games ever.
So
Speaking of Skyrim,
there's always stuff. Yeah, it is. It's better than Skyrim, to be honest.
it's Zelda Skyrim. Like I remember.
But it's
like,
a better game than Skyrim by a country mile.
Yes,
I agree.
I would argue. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah.
It's a better RPG. It's a better game. It's just a better experience in general.
It's
I like Skyrim.
in my Breath of the Wild. I think I said it on this podcast before, but I think Breath of the Wild is the best game I've ever played.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, I played it on the Wii U, which,
I need to
it
finish
wasn't that bad.
Um,
It was alright on the Wii U.
a friend of ours who's a massive Zelda head had a Wii U and bought it on the Wii U because he's like, I play every new Zelda when it comes out, and I'll buy it however way I can get it. And he was like, I can spend 400 quid on basically a Zelda machine, or I can just drop 50 quid and buy it on the Wii and play it on the Wii U.
Did it come out at the same time? It came out on the Wii U
Came out
first.
at the same time.
Oh, it did really?
No, it released. So it was originally meant to be a Wii U game.
Yeah.
But the development got pushed back so far that it was basically riding up on when the Switch was being released, and at some point they just went, fuck, they did a Twilight Princess on it.
Yeah.
They released it on both.
Yeah.
But no, it came out, that's why the sales lagged behind on it early on.
That's right, yeah.
Because people who had Wii U's and couldn't afford Switches yet were like, oh, I'll buy a Switch eventually,
That's
but
exactly
I
what I
want to play
got.
Zelda
Yeah.
now.
That's exactly what I got. I
Um,
also didn't do much with the Wii U, and I wanted to give it some sort of swan song.
Yeah. Well, see, I got I probably got my money's worth out of my Wii U with Splatoon, the first Splatoon, honestly.
Yeah.
I remember it was coming out, and I was very excited about it. And I was out drinking, and I came home pissed drunk. And it was the day that the Wii U, and it was just like a moment of lucidity when I was pissed drunk, and I was like, I'm going to be too hungover to go into town and buy this. So I turned on my Wii U, paid for the digital download, and just left it installing and fell asleep. And then woke up and just played loads of it hungover in the morning. I love Splatoon.
I've heard really good things about it.
I keep meaning to pick it up, but I just haven't.
Splatoon was too little too late for the Wii U, but if the Wii U had any sort of success rate and was any sort of good selling console, Splatoon would have been way bigger than it is.
And is it a multiplayer paintball game?
Yeah, essentially, it's like
It was super playable.
It's like a kid family friendly take on like an online, an online shooter.
It's not. It's first person, is it? No.
No, it's third person.
Third person. Yeah, I've heard really good things about it.
Again, Splatoon 2, not as worth it. Like with Breath of the Wild, I'd say Breath of the Wild is worth buying a Switch for, but I wouldn't tell people to go buy a Switch just for Splatoon 2.
Right.
But it's like, once you finish Zelda or you get a little tired of Zelda and you want something to change the pace, you can pick up Splatoon, and it's an excellent game as well.
At this stage, I think, and it's been a while, that the Switch is now definitely worth buying. Even if you've played all the games already, I mean, you're probably going to get... Like, I have Mario Kart on the Wii U as well. I still buy it. I don't think I'd buy Zelda again, because I don't know if I'd have the time to play that on the Switch.
From what I've seen, it's much bigger. Like, there's a lot... Like, it would probably... Like, you would feel like it's the same game, so it would feel very familiar. But I've heard that, like, the scale between the Wii U and the Switch, like, it feels a lot.
Really?
Just like, it's more of an adventure. Like, I played it on Switch, and I remember thinking it was fucking huge.
Yeah.
And then I remember, like, my mate that bought it on Wii U was like, I mean, it was okay, but the way that we talked about it differently, I think he felt like he was getting a much smaller experience than I was getting.
Right. And do you plug into the TV sometimes?
I started doing it a lot. Like, I used to just exclusively play it, like, I play it on the bus, or if I was on an airplane or something, or in bed. I started plugging it into the TV a little more often, just because I have all that shit set up.
Yeah.
And it's fine. Like,
Just make me want to buy a fucking Switch.
Yeah, I play it a lot more handheld than
Yeah.
my TV.
I
Obviously, because I've been inconsiderate roommate who just plays PS4 all the time.
Don't you,
Or watches.
aren't you like the fucking king of the gaff, Rory?
Yeah.
That's a story for another podcast.
That's a
I have to make sure. I always ask my housemates, "Is it okay if I play Overwatch for like 7 hours tonight?"
Yeah.
Because I feel bad. They're like, "Yeah, work away." And like even Gus will sit and watch, and or if he wants to play, he'll go in and play with me. But I always, Jesus Christ, I couldn't do that. I couldn't like just hog the TV and not be remorseless about it.
If I asked him, he'd let me start playing Switch, but he'll never do that. Oh, I'm just after watching 9 episodes of a thing.
Yeah,
Do you want to use
you
the
have
TV?
to do that just out of politeness.
Yeah.
But
I agree with what you're saying about the Switch. So this time last year, it was kind of just a Zelda machine.
Yeah.
You know, so I agree with you there. It was like a Zelda machine, and they re-released all the good Wii U games that sold like shit because the Wii U was shit.
Was Pikmin on it?
Not yet. There was Pikmin.
That's the only other game I got for Wii U, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, there's they haven't announced anything, but there has to be Pikmin 4 in development.
Yeah, but it's 3 on the Switch.
No.
No, right, okay.
But like they, you know,
Wii U?
Yeah.
yes, but they re-released Pokken, which is the Pokemon fighting game, and they re-released Mario Kart, Splatoon 2. Like, it's a different game, but I mean, it's a sequel, so it's very much the same game. And there's a heap of excellent Wii U games that they went, this sold like dog shit on the old system.
Yeah.
Just basically ported over with all the DLC on it for free. That's what Mario Kart is. Mario Kart is the Wii U version with all of the DLC.
Yeah.
Just
And
bundled
now
into the
an
main
extra
game.
bike. Because they added one of the DLCs for Breath of the Wild added a motorbike, an ancient motorbike to the game. And they've now added that to Mario Kart.
What's it from? Nothing?
From Breath of the Wild.
Oh, it's from Breath of the Wild.
It's from the Breath of the Wild DLC.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, because I never played the DLCs.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, the Switch, like there's enough quality third-party games coming out for it now that are
Yeah.
in the pipeline.
Oh, it's set now, isn't it? I think it's set.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like and what's going to happen is if Nintendo are smart, they're going to put out bundles this Christmas.
Yeah.
That will be like, you know, somewhere between 320 and 350.
That's what I've been waiting
with
for.
either Zelda or with Super Mario Odyssey,
Yeah.
which is fucking excellent as well. That's a game
That's right.
that's gonna you're gonna
Is
get
that out for the Switch now?
Yeah,
it's
that came
been out for ages.
that's
Really?
been out for almost a year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because it was released on Christmas and then it came out in
it was
April or
their-
something,
it
didn't
was
it?
their
It was
Christmas.
only about 4 months away, wasn't it? Though?
Yeah.
yeah.
It was our like the Switch came out in March, and then Mario came out in October, November
Yeah.
of last year.
It's good to have a look back on the Switch actually, because when it first came out, we had a podcast and it was kind of split down the middle. I don't know if you were
Well,
on that
nobody
one.
had bought it. Like
No, but like
I,
just trying to call it.
I had bought one, but I hadn't had enough time with it yet.
No, we were talking about like when it just got announced.
Okay, yeah,
We all had to make a call on it, and I looked at it and went, "This is definitely going to be huge."
yeah.
Well, and I said at the time I'm going to get one. Then close to the date, I didn't really like some of the things that I was hearing about. Like, and I still want one, so I said, "Oh, wait." So I think now a year has passed.
Yeah,
probably going to get one.
Any hardware issues you heard about
Yeah,
would definitely have gone. And
Yeah.
even then, there weren't that. Like, I was unlucky enough to get a
Really?
wonky Switch. The first one I bought, one of the Joy Cons didn't connect properly and would constantly disconnect and fuck up.
right.
But you know, I got it in Smiths, and I went in, and they said they got in like 200 of them, and they'd only had problems and had to return 4 of them. You know? But any of that shit definitely has been worked out
Like,
by now.
I got the batch after you,
And
and I also went to Smiths, and
Yeah.
I didn't hear any
Like,
issues.
I
Oh, another
literally,
thing is like has Spotify and Netflix being put on? What's being put on now?
No media.
Oh,
yeah, that's a. You see, that's
It doesn't even have an internet browser.
Yeah,
lads.
that's the killer.
Yeah.
See,
but
that's one of the things that stopped me getting initially. I would have liked to have it as a Netflix thing, so not constantly carry a tablet
Yeah.
around. Right, so that's not good. They don't really like opening themselves up to stuff like that, Nintendo. Really
yeah, no, they'll do things differently to a fault almost.
Yeah, obviously sometimes it
they've-
feels like they're just being annoying on purpose.
They've also said there are no active plans to put Netflix on the Switch.
Jesus.
Like,
Okay.
not only is it not out, they're not even planning on putting it out.
Why, I wonder? It's such a simple
I
draw.
would.
Oh, they want people to play more games on their thing.
And do you know what it probably is? They,
like they don't get
they
any money.
probably
Yeah.
know Netflix is so accessible now. Like, when the Wii U came out, there was Netflix on the Wii U, because not everyone had a smart TV when the Wii U came out. Now, anyone can go into Power City,
But it's on 360.
pick up a smart TV for
Yeah.
a couple of €100, and it's got Netflix on it. It's got YouTube
No,
on
yeah,
it.
that's fine for a TV and a console, but realistically, if you're going on a bus and you're just like really tired of playing a video game and you're like another area, like I'd really like Netflix to be on this
Yeah.
rather than my phone. Although as well, I don't know how great the battery is on the Switch. It's not for the power of it. I think it's good probably, but it's not like overall. Like how many hours would you get straight?
I
Like
think
5
Breath,
hours.
I
something
think
like
Breath of the Wild you can get 4 hours.
that? 4 hours. That's
Yeah,
not bad.
and that's a pretty that's a game that'll chug from time to time.
Yeah.
because there's just so much shit happening on the screen.
Like when people tell me like what it was, and they're like 4 or 5 hours for a game, that's terrible. I'm like, it's really not. The power of it.
I'd
is
say
incredible.
I was on a flight to New York earlier this year. Flight was about 7 hours, and I'd say for maybe about a little bit under 5, I just played Super Mario.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to worry about plugging it
Like,
in.
Odyssey
class.
is incredible.
Yeah, I think that's a good time. Some people might not agree, but they're not really considering the power of that thing.
Yeah.
The power of it is unbelievable.
And there's even more, like, in the next year, like, so next month, in November, they're bringing out that Pokemon game. And then they're bringing out another Pokemon game, like a proper one,
Next year or something.
next year. Metroid Prime 4 is coming out next year, which is going to be fucking huge.
Smash Brothers is out in December.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be huge.
There's every single character from every game
Smash
ever.
Bros.
Every Smash Brother ever.
Every character that's appeared, even if they only appeared in one of them and never came back again, the roster has like nearly 70 characters on it.
And
That
they're
are-
going to do it with the levels as well. Do you think?
Huh?
Will they do it with the levels?
Yeah, there's
Stages as well. Maybe.
there's every stage.
There's a couple of hundred stages, isn't there?
Jesus, so this
There's
is
like
the,
100
this is
Smash-
the
there's
Like, they're calling
anthology.
it Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Ultimate. It's an
There's like
anthology.
there's like 120
Jesus.
stages. It's ridiculous. There is an absolutely bonkers amount of content because you know what they're doing. Because all of the tournaments, like I'd say they want to do esports with Smash Bros.
Yeah.
But the problem is that the Smash Bros. Community all play Melee. Is that the one on GameCube?
Yeah.
They all play Melee. Like now there is Smash tournaments for all the other consoles, like for Brawl and for the one that was on the Wii U. Like there is tournaments, but the top Smash Bros. Players in the world all still play Melee, and for a lot of them, it's that the characters that they play didn't get put into another game. So what Nintendo is basically doing is they're going to get all these disparate communities and basically go, oh, it's the only reason that you play this game, this version of the game, because your favorite character is only in this one. Well, now it's in this one.
Yeah.
And they're basically trying to push, and I'd say they're gonna, because they've been pushing Splatoon as an esport pretty hard, like as a team esport. So I'd say they're gonna push Smash Bros as their fighting game, like way harder than they ever have before. But yeah, every single character, every
120
single
stages
stage.
might be a bit too much, would it not? It would be too much randomosity when you're trying to play it, maybe.
Well,
If you're new to the game, it'd be kind of a bit of a head fuck.
yeah, but I think it's fine. Like
Characters, 70 characters you can get used to. You just pick your favourite, because you know you get them every time you get them.
It's literally everyone. There's none of this. Oh, they didn't bring my favorite character into the next game. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
You know. And I think they're still going to be releasing DLC for it as well.
So they are going to make this the big push.
I think they will. I think they'll make this the big push because they've put out 2 fighting games that are way more niche. So there's ARMS, which is the one that you have to play with the Joy-Cons and you angle your punches and stuff. Like that game is that game's actually really enjoyable, but it's not an esport.
Yeah.
You don't want to see swinging digs like Mongos on a stage. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's not enjoyable gameplay.
Well,
And Pokken,
they're competitive video gamers. They're Mongo enough as it is.
yeah, and Pokken, it has a niche audience, but just because it's like, and even though it's Pokemon, it just hasn't broken through yet.
Yeah.
But I think Smash Bros just has way more appeal, obviously.
Do we have anything else to talk about, or was that it? We had something.
Iron Fist.
Iron Fists.
Yeah,
That's
We'll
coming out
talk about
Friday.
it's coming. So,
Like, I was very hesitant after Iron Fist season 1
I think we all were.
because, like, Finch. Well, the big thing is, I think Finn Jones got hired. What was it, 6 weeks before they started shooting?
You see, I don't think that. So that does at that point that at this point that doesn't matter.
I think like for season 1,
I think
he just didn't. He didn't have the training. He wasn't able to be a martial artist.
and the problem that I felt like it's the first one that got universally destroyed.
Yeah.
Like it got absolutely ruined.
That made me want to like it. Because I watched one episode of it and it was so dumb that I was like, well, it's actually not the worst. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch any more after that because the novelty had gone by the end of the episode.
No, I watched it all because I'm invested in the universe.
Yeah, I'm the same. Like I'll watch them all because I like those characters. I'm a big comic book nerd anyway.
You have one of them on your leg.
Yeah. So I kind of I'm gonna watch them all as they came out. And we watched Luke Cage season 2, and he shows up in it, and I was like, there he is himself.
That episode made me look forward to season 2.
Yes.
I would.
He was in
It would, though.
the team. So Luke Cage season 2 episode 10, where him and Danny just team up and fuck shit up like you're reading a Heroes for Hire comic, and it's amazing. And you can tell that he's finally after 13 issues, after 13 episodes of Iron Fist and 8 of the Defenders. It feels like he's really settled into the character now.
Yeah.
And he's learned how to do martial arts.
And
Isn't it weird that he couldn't do them? Because the character was... he's still learning a little bit in the show. I can't remember.
No, the character is...
He was supposed to automatically...
He's supposed to be
Coming
the
back.
best martial artist in the
You
world.
know what the problem is, though, is when they were filming Iron Fist season 1, the guy he was supposed to be working with, the main martial arts guy that they have, was working on Daredevil season 2.
Right.
And he couldn't split time, so he only got significant time with him in the Defenders. And you can even see in his fight scenes in the Defenders, they're better. Whereas in Iron Fist, to hide season 1, to hide how shy he is, there's like
CGI,
all the
isn't it?
different cuts.
Yeah, I saw
the really
those cuts.
aggressive, like it's fucking wrestling.
Yeah, that's what really put me off. That makes me feel ill.
But
and seasick.
he's just put in a lot more time with the character. He's put in a shit ton of time with the martial arts director from Daredevil, which made a lot of those Daredevil fight scenes look really, really good. So, so season 1 was still such an awful atrocity. I'm still only cautiously optimistic, but how he was, like the way the character was in the Luke Cage episodes, and then the way he fought, made me a lot more hopeful about this one.
Yeah.
And they actually have the fucking yellow mask in it. So he might, the yellow mask is in the trailer. So he might actually wear something approximating his comics costume.
Yeah.
Which is, he's the only one that hasn't so far. Well,
They all usually do by the middle of season
Luke Cage
1.
was only a hint at it.
Yeah,
it's like when he escaped from prison, the clothes he took off the like clothesline, where was his original costume.
Yeah, but in the comic, like he didn't wear the yellow T-shirt loads, but Luke Cage wears jeans and a T-shirt, and he was wearing jeans and a T-shirt. The only time Iron Fist you could see something resembling one of his comics costumes was at the end of Defenders when he's on the rooftop, like simulating Daredevil, and he lights the fist up, and he's got like a green tracksuit on. That was the closest thing to what he would wear in the comics. So, like with the yellow mask, is hopeful you might see him in an actual costume.
Also, with season 1 getting panned, they might really have something to prove.
Yeah,
that too as well. Yeah,
you never know. I didn't like Jessica Jones. I'm going to check it out now. What was season 2 like?
I liked season 2. It was like
I was a fan of season 1 though.
I didn't dislike. I just thought it was fucking lame. I thought I just don't like the misery of it all.
See, what I like about all the season 2 of these shows is that they're setting up stuff from the comics that I know is kind of coming, and they're introducing more characters. So in Iron Fist season 2, they're introducing Typhoid Mary, who's like a massive Daredevil villain and like secondary Spider-Man villain as well. So she's she's reasonably well known in that
Yeah.
mythos. So and then she can factor into if they do more seasons of the Defenders and with further seasons of Daredevil, they can link all them as well.
They've said season 3 of Daredevil is a loose adaptation of Born Again.
Yes.
Thankfully Mary shows up in that, doesn't she?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, I thought she did. Mixing up my storylines.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna tweak it because they've already killed one of the villains from the Born Again comic, and they really want to introduce Bullseye. So
I just didn't like Jessica Jones' character. I don't read Jessica Jones anyway. So what I
Here's
did
the
was
sex book, right?
I went.
I don't read her either, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But what I did was I went back to read some after watching like about 7 episodes of the show.
Did you read the issue where she got rolled up the arse by Luke Cage?
No. Was it the middle spread? Was it the center spread? Center page? You'd have to really dedicate that. Wouldn't you? And I just felt that character in the comic was way more interesting.
Yeah.
And I only read maybe a bit of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Enough. It was just for curiosity. I said,
Yeah.
is this character this miserable and unlikable in the comics? And it's not. Do you know what? Her character might have been more advanced in the bit I was reading.
Yeah.
But she had a bit more of a wryness to her sarcasm.
Yeah.
And I could be very wrong about that. I'm literally
my
talking
favourite
out my
thing
arse.
about Jessica Jones in the comics is that she had a crush on Spider-Man in high school, and he had no idea who she was. It's like, oh, Coma Girl. It's like, oh.
Jesus.
But yeah, there's reason to be I'm hopeful for this Iron Fist season 2,
Yeah.
but all it's going to do is make me look forward. They've said Daredevil season 3 is coming this year.
This year?
They said this
Yeah.
year it's coming, so it's either going to be the arse end of November or the start of December.
That's an unusual
But they
time
said
to release it. I
it's
think.
coming because they don't stay in the can for too long. They film them, they stay in the can for 3 months.
Yeah.
They find somewhere they can slot them in, and then they.
That's true. And I thought Daredevil season 2 obviously wasn't as good as the first one.
No.
But it was still good, I thought.
No, I still thought it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. I did enjoy it. I'm
I
just
love-
interested to see what they're going to do in season 3 because they can't make season 2 again.
So there is.
I love the Punisher parts. As well.
I'm not.
Yeah, that was better than the Punisher was. It was better than the Punisher was.
Yeah. well, let's not talk about that.
I was
No.
a fan.
Again, there's been lots of photos leaked from the sets. So I've seen a lot of stuff from Punisher season 2, just stills of action scenes. And there's been, if you want to go find it, there's stuff from Daredevil season 3 that I guess we won't spoil until when we see a trailer, and some of that shit's in a trailer, we can talk about it. But at the minute, this is go out of your way to find it.
I'll
Stuff.
get you to fill me in after that.
This isn't stuff that you would say for people even whatever. But yeah, there's some hints as to what's going on, but from what people have been talking about, it's based on Born Again, Frank Miller story from
Yeah.
the 80s.
I thought that was officially said.
Well, they said
They officially said it's
they
a
didn't-
loose adaptation.
they didn't say to what extent.
Yeah, they're changing a fair bit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They haven't said how much, but it's basically.
Did anybody sully their eyes and watch Preacher season 3? Did you?
Yeah.
I heard it's not
It's
as bad.
better than 2.
Yeah, I heard it
It's
is.
I went into the Preacher TV show having not read the comics. I still haven't read the comics.
Oh, that's why you like it.
But no, even at that, season 2 lost me.
Yeah.
The Jesse as the Messiah, I hated.
There's just, we've mentioned it before, the stuff they are skipping for what they're skipping it for.
Yeah, I don't know what they're skipping.
It's just.
I'm just watching the show as it is. I think the stuff with Jesse's family is fantastic.
Yeah, I would look forward to that. You know what? I feel like I should blast through it,
Yeah.
but I just.
Even just, you don't need to know. If you've read the comics, I don't think there's anything you need to know from season 2.
Well, they're making up Mancha,
Yeah.
so it doesn't matter whether I did or not. I don't think it matters anymore.
Yeah.
You know what? Right, Switch and possibly a Preacher. I'm sucker for fucking punishment. I haven't enjoyed the Preacher.
Yeah,
I really haven't.
I've enjoyed season 3 again. They
Yeah.
added, there's a lot more of the Grail, the Allfathers in it.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where they go with that. But some of the stuff that Gareth told me is just actually that as well makes me want to watch just so I can see it. It's like
There's one thing
cringiness of
in season 3 that might have you go,
it involves the Saint of Killers.
no.
Really, right? Because I heard some stuff about that. That was
There could also be stuff about the Saint Killers. I don't know because I haven't read the books.
yeah,
There's a thing about Humperdoo
yeah.
there's one thing they do in it that kind of made me go, ugh. Like, I know there's God and magic and angels and shit, but there was one thing they do with him that I'm kind of like, it's a bit too far.
Yeah.
Like, I get that the
Well,
Grail,
they seem to be just making up their own.
like, I
rules.
get that the Grail is supposed to be this like super powerful secret society, but what they do with it is like miles ahead of what should be possible.
Yeah.
Like, I know the
Well, that's
soul.
to compare it to the comics, so that's a way.
Yeah, I know supposedly the soul thing isn't in the comics.
That's what I mean.
Like, they're taking out the souls and making them into powder and shit.
Shit, I can't remember now.
Um,
You know what? That's what I'll do. I won't watch season 3 of Preacher. I'll just read Preacher again.
Yeah, I
See, this got me in trouble with Gar, and
Which is not
it's
hard.
one of the main reasons. Yeah, it's not hard at all, and it's one of the main reasons I haven't read the comics yet. I understand that people like it. I really hate that 90s NS style comics.
Yeah, I can get that.
That
I
art's-
read it in the 90s.
Just
so-
Like
Steve Dillon
I'm
style.
much Steve Dillon style. Sorry, thank you. I'm much more like the kind of realistic Jim Lee style. They are my comics.
yeah.
Like, what I grew up reading and what I love to read now is that kind of style of art.
It is quite MTV.
it's
Yeah.
it's on my list of stuff that I have to read.
Have you not read it?
No, I've not read
phenomenal.
it.
But like you said, like,
I love Ennis and Dillon on like Punisher Max. So it is like I like that art style. I
Yeah.
love Garth Ennis as a writer. So it is just I have just a big backlog of shit that it's shit that I want to read that I've already bought.
Well, it's super readable. Like, as in, you blast through so much of it
Okay,
in one
yeah.
go. Like, you really just
Yeah.
take so much of it in. Because it doesn't really... It has cliffhangers. Of course it has massive cliffhangers. But it doesn't give you the opportunity. You'll just keep wanting to go a little
Yeah.
bit more. It's really... Like, I'm a terrible reader. Really,
Like,
really bad.
before the show,
And I blast through that.
yeah,
I
before the
blast through
show came out, it's like everyone. I read comics as a kid. So my uncle owned a newsagent,
it. Right.
so we got
Nice.
a subscription to some magazine,
Hustler.
which for me was comics.
Hustler.
No, it was
Playing Girl.
Wolverine Unleashed, which for me is pretty much Hustler.
Yeah, it's it's Hustler for you.
It's
now.
Hustler for me. But then, like, when he sold that shop, I kind of went through the period of like, I'm 14, I can't afford to buy comics.
Yeah.
So I stopped reading them, and then like when I got a job, I kind of picked up a few again.
Yeah.
And then with it getting
For old time's sake.
with it getting into comics in the last couple of years, it's gotten me back into them in a big bit.
Yeah.
In a big way, and I've bought a load of comics in the last 2 years.
Comics. See, this
I
is
used to
where
read them
Gareth
on-
should have been down there. We're talking about.
Yeah.
We're not we're talking about comics.
Like, I used to read.
His little spidey senses.
I used to read them on this website that annoyingly got shut down by the FBI one day.
Is it illegal?
Super illegal. Where it was like it'd have new releases like the week of release.
Oh, that's harsh on the writers.
Yeah, it's super scum. Like this.
Says the guys who
This is
down
when I was
lost.
like, this is when I was like 22, 23.
Yeah. So
Which
my policy on that is, if there's a series I want to pick up but I don't know if it's any use, I'll go onto one of those websites and I'll read the first issue or the first 2 issues, and then if I'm into it, I'll go buy the rest of the series.
You tell yourself that is.
Okay, well,
no,
you come in with me on a Wednesday to the comic shop and you see how much money I spend.
Yeah,
I just know for myself. I tell myself lies sometimes.
I've done
that's
that.
fair, that's
I've done
fair.
that a fair few times a day. He does buy a lot of comics.
Yeah.
Like I've done that as well. Where like it'll buy single issues. I generally buy trades. Where like I'll wait the year.
So you're the smart one.
Yeah,
And then what gets released in a whole booklet?
it's like it's about 6 months to a year in one book.
I'd do that. I think. Yeah.
Because I don't have the patience
It's
for the week to week.
it's and especially with the way people like to binge stuff now, it's more, the trades are more closely connected to how people consume media these days anyway.
Right,
Like
right.
people don't watch an episode a week or an episode a fortnight or whatever. They every 6 months they go on a big massive binge, and then they don't think about it again for another 6 months.
Yeah,
and then the next bit comes out, and then you like destroy it over a weekend.
And then the
rinse,
wait is
repeat.
so much longer that way if you think about it.
Yeah,
Because what is a season? It's got like it could be like 3 months or something. 4 months? No, 3 months or something like that. But if you watch it all in one weekend,
Yeah.
then you've got a year, maybe more.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's way better. It's weird that Better Call Saul is still week to week, but that show would suffer from a binge, I think.
Yeah.
It's just shot like that.
I mean, there's shows that are popular enough that they can drip feed them. Like with Rick and Morty. You'd think they would just put out but if they put out Rick and Morty and you just binged it, I think a lot of stuff would get lost. I think that's a show that you have to kind of sit down and just watch 120-minute.
I think if I binged the season of Rick and Morty, I'd probably kill myself. And I'm a fan of the show.
Oh yeah, I'm a fan as well. To some extent, I hate people have sort of
like I remember.
Again,
yes, similar to Muse.
We're still
fans of the thing.
Okay, Muse, put them on. So again, we're threatening this podcast about the bracket of worst fans of all time.
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh shit, that's hard.
That has to be the title of the podcast now.
Probably fans of Nazis. Is that a real thing? Not even are Nazis. If you're a fan of Nazis, then you're really a Nazi. It's not like if you're a fan of the New York Giants, you just are one of them. Doesn't really work like that.
You're just retarded.
Well, listen, that was a great podcast. I think we've.
I think that was far longer than we expected it to be with just three of us.
Yeah, just the three of us. The three best ones, if you ask me. Really.
Three sexiest, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what again. That bracket's like pretty easy to figure out.
Well, there's no one else here to defend themselves, so they're all ugly.
Well, that means
ugly
that we're
and
all
stupid.
ugly bastards.
And they're ugly and stupid.
So,
good night, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.